What a difference a year makes. This time last year, we were excitingly making plans for Purim 5780. I remember we were going to have amazing parties at the local shul. We had a big Suda plan with 3 or 4 families. However, I never heard Megillah on the day of Purim. I never went to that Purim Suda with the 3 or 4 families. I was in bed, as was one of my kids, with 39.5 temperature, and my son was coughing repeatedly. We all know now that 3 days later, the government had told us that anybody who had a continuous cough or high fever should self-isolate for 7 days. And then after that, it began. Lockdown, closure of shuls, closure of schools, the beginning of a new reality. We will all be wearing masks this Purim. So how? How can we have Simcha this Purim? Surely that's the essence of the day. But I think to find an answer, we need to understand what actually is Simcha. We all know the phrase, mitzvah gedola liot b'simcha tamid. It's a great mitzvah to always be happy. But if you think about it, does it really mean that? Always? When I'm mourning my loved ones that have died, I should be b'simcha. When I'm sitting on the floor on Tisha B'Av mourning the national tragedies, be b'simcha. On Yom HaShoah, when I'm thinking about the Holocaust and what happened to our people, I should be b'simcha. It doesn't make any sense. But that's if we think that Simcha simply means being happy and smiley and jolly, and it doesn't. Rabbi Tatz once explained this, that Simcha, true Simcha, based on the works of Rav Nachman Breslov, true Simcha actually relates to our fulfillment of the divine will. If what we're doing at that time is something that is what Hashem wants us to do, is something that is in line with the divine will, then even though there may be tears streaming down my face, even though I may be sitting on the floor weeping, actually, I am b'simcha. Because b'simcha means I'm doing what Hashem wants me to do, regardless of how I feel inside to a certain extent. And on Purim, yes, we're meant to be b'simcha, and normally that simcha is expressed with wild abandon and parties and singing and dancing on the streets. That's true. But this year, many aren't able to hear the Megillah because of COVID complications. We have to have our Sudas alone, without lots of people. And we can't distribute Shlach Manot face to face to lots of people. We've been advised, just leave it in front of their door. 1 person, 2 people. So much of the Simcha has therefore been removed. I remember driving around the streets every Purim with my kids. It's so much fun. We love seeing the joy on people's faces. That's not going to exist. We can't even boo when we hear Haman's name in shul. So where is the Simcha? Rav Nachman would tell you so clearly, this Purim, that's not the Simcha that Hashem wants. He doesn't want that Simcha. There's a different type of Simcha he wants. The Simcha of a realization that this year Purim has to be different, and we can still be b'simcha. When we're sitting at home just with our family for Purim Suda, and we recognize that's what Hashem wants this year, we can be b'simcha. When we're in shul for Megillah, and it's sparsely attended, and there's no children around, and we're not booing and doing the normal things for Haman, we know that's what Hashem wants this year, and we can be b'simcha. Therefore, the challenge this year is we have to work more to create the Simcha, because you have to understand first what Simcha has to be this Purim. We are doing the same 4 mitzvot. Purim Suda, hearing Megillah, Mishlach Manah, Matanot Levyonim. Yes, the same 4 mitzvot. And the same 4 mitzvot will be done b'simcha. But the Simcha this year will be slightly different. However, underlying all this knowledge about what Purim is this year, we know that last Purim hailed the beginning of this dreadful pandemic. But this year, Purim hails the beginning, please God, of the end. With vaccines being spread quicker and quicker throughout the population, we hope and pray that this nightmare will soon be over, And when we read this Purim, we can hope that political our lives soon will be Orah v'Simchon, Sason v'Kar. Purim Sameach to everyone.